What up, it's your boy Dvrth again from another video. Today we're here with Chainsaw Man episode 2. Last episode was pretty interesting. It was a great start to a new show. Our main character, who I've been notified his name is Dingy. I guess they did say what his name was last episode. I just wasn't paying attention because all the selling of your left nut talk. But main character Dingy seems to be a very likable in a very strange way, very likable guy in a very strange way, and he just seems relatable. I know that's the idea with a lot of shonen characters is for them to be relatable in some sort, and I think that's the idea with a lot of characters is for them to be some kind of relatable. But Dingy seems relatable in a way that you don't see in a lot of anime, I guess you could say, and maybe that's said about like every character, but that's the best way I can put it. So really interested in how the rest of this show goes, see what exactly happens now that he's been recruited by another group of demon hunters or something. What are they, devils? Demons or devils, something like that. Another group of demon or devil hunters. I guess we'll see what happens. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Chainsaw Man or something totally different than placing that in, as always my social media links are going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes, the full length reactions to these episodes, you can subscribe to my Patreon. Links are going to be in the description for that as well. We also have a Discord if you want to join that. That's, you know, that works too. So with all that being said, let's get our headphones. There they are. Make sure they're on. Them bitches is on, and let's just get into it. Like a dog. Oh. Oh, the dog thing was a joke. Jesus. I mean, I don't. Right, she's gonna pay. You're the pet. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean that's great and all, but I'd be a little worried. I love her. I listened to this song a couple of times since I've listened to this song a couple of times since the first episode. This shit is a bop. This shit's a bop. Also, I saw this shit's so funny. I seen that a bunch of these scenes are just from like old school movies. I guess I'm uncultured, but I didn't notice until somebody pointed it out to me. But that's cool. That's cool. At least the show was cultured. You know what I'm saying? This is my favorite part. I gotta see him hit that hoe. Oh, that's cold. Where were they dancing? Were they? They hitting that bitch. Yeah, he was hit. They was hitting that bitch. Oh shit. Oh, drawbacks to transforming. Oh. Nigga, he's horny. That is sad. Okay. Alright. People that can smell good are always good judges of character. Right, so she can smell the devil on his breath. Oh shit. I cannot. You sly dog, you. You sly dog, you. Oh god, that's funny. Okay. Oh no.
デンジ君みたいな人。
デンジ君？俺じゃん。
Dude, that's me.
マキマさんが俺を好きっつうの？
He's not listening to a goddamn thing about this debriefing about the place.
そういう関係になったらそういう行為もできるんじゃ。してそういう行為して。
デンジ君より3年先輩。今日は早川君についていきな。
Okay, got the senior.
そんなわけないだろ。
君の働きぶりが良ければ。
Oh, she got you wrapped. She got you wrapped. About to get into some oh! Beat your ass. Why you do that? Why you doing that? Why you beating his ass like that? Why you beating his ass like that? That may have been out of love. I mean, at least concern. Yeah, it's out of concern. Not exactly. Well, fair. That's not the reason why he got into this, but that's why he's staying. Oh yeah, I'm about to. Oh! That nigga is seeing his ancestors. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's a fight. Oh, it's a fight. Hey, he might be saying this for your own good. Just going for the dick. By a nut devil.
でどう？仲良くできそう？他じゃ見ないような実験的な体制で動かしてみる。
Ah, experimental. Love that word in these types of anime. Just means that they're going to be spirited individuals.
悪魔になることができるんだ。
思うならマキマさんは諦めろ。お前が悪魔なら殺されないだけ感謝しろよ。俺たちはデビルハンターなんだぞ。じゃあいい人なのか？
He didn't say that. Okay, okay, they got it. What the fuck are you making? What do you make? Ugh. Nigga put a full English on his toast. What the fuck? The fuck? You got a axe. Nah, man, no. Nah, you're a little bit different. I think this is a possession. Ooh, what kind of devil was that? Oh, Mickey! You know what I'm about.
だから、俺もこいつみてえな魔人になってたかもしれねえからな。それでなんか楽に殺してやりたくて。俺の家族は全員目の前で悪魔に殺された。
Jesus.
下にいる警察とも
Rough upbringing, bro.
奥さんとか子供を守るために命がけで仕事をしてる。
Fair enough. Can't have no pussy in your heart, dog. Like, I get it. The whole, like, I am also devil. Let me make it a little bit better for him. But you can't have no pussy in your heart or niggas are gonna die. He's not coming back. Okay, porn is secured. Jesus.
俺もマジでやってるぜ、ポチタ。契約通り夢みてえないい生活してるもんな。風呂も毎日入れて。
Yeah, this is pretty much the dream.
面のいい女も近くにいて。 もう100点の生活なのに
10 out of 10, but it feels like something's missing. Yeah, that's fair.
なんかあったかマジでマジのゴール
So what do you want? What do you truly want?
マキマさんもなんかあんのか
Oh, that man, he want the titties. Okay, respectful. Yep, yeah, respectful. Respectful. Respect. All right, I respect. Hey. God.
見つけたぜ俺の本気俺のゴール
It's to touch some titties. Yeah.
胸だ
What? You told her?
話聞けバカ
行動することになってるんだ
Okay.
ちょうどよく
New teammate.
来たみたい気をつけてね
She's a fiend.
おうおうひげ伏せに
Prostrate yourselves, humans.
バディとやらはうぬか
パワー名前パワーハンターなんてやってもいいのか
Oh no. Well, whatever. Nice to meet you. You've got titties.
たちがどうなるかはわかるよね
Okay. This is indeed an experimental team. Fuck you doing? Oh, Sminky!
早く
Oh, why you do that?
血は血に飢えてるぞ
Why she come around the back of the back like Frank Sinatra and hit that man with that bat? God damn it! Why is he? That man's still thinking about titties.
わしは魔人になる前は超恐れられてた悪魔じゃったからのわしの匂いでザコ悪魔は逃げてくんじゃろ
は
What?
じゃあ俺たち結果出せねえじゃん
血の匂いじゃ
The fuck are you doing?
おいおいてめえどこ行け
The fuck are you doing? Oh shit. Okay. Well, that's a devil. A cucumber devil. You know what I'm about? What? Oh! It's dead!
わしの手柄じゃ
Yeah, I'm with it. Yeah, that's a great teammate. I respect that. Went straight for the kill. And I can't disrespect somebody going straight for it. I love the energy. What? This isn't the Oh. This isn't the fucking ED that I heard last time. A different ED on episode 2? Or am I tripping? It's a bang. No, it's definitely not the same thing I heard. This is a banger though. Oh. I did not expect what? I did not expect another what? That was cold. Why did they give us another ED? That I'm not complaining. That was hard. That was really hard. I'm not complaining about another ED, but okay. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the information that we were given in this episode, and then we'll talk a little bit about Denji, because there's a couple things to talk about my dog, right? But a bit of the information that we got in this episode is, first of all, that there are, I guess, people who I don't know how they explain it, right? I guess Denji is a special case where he has like harmonized with the devil that he merged with, right? Whereas Power is a fiend, where, and maybe I'm wrong about this, I have to go back real quick and see what exactly Aki said about fiends, but Power being a fiend, it seemed like, at least how I took it the first time they explained it, was that instead of this being a harmonization, this is more of a possession, or maybe a, no, it just seems more of like a possession, right? And even with Power, it as they said, kind of took over the person's personality and stuff like that. But real quick, let me go back to see what exactly they said about fiends, because I make sure I have all the information here. Okay, so what does it say? Hey, what's a fiend? Did you ever go to school? And he's like, nah. Alright. Says, when a devil takes control of a human corpse, you get a fiend. Okay. Right. Okay, so I didn't see the corpse part. That makes sense. So it's a possession of a human corpse. Does that make me a fiend? Right. No, fiends always have characteristic heads. Okay. Should be obvious enough once you see them. Okay, so I get it. Okay, so fiends are more of a possession of a dead body, whereas Denji and Pochita were like as I said, they were more like harmonizing, right? They merged, they fused together, or all that good stuff, right? Where so Denji being a special case, we kind of don't exactly have to look too much into that, not yet at least. But we do have information on like people like Power and the fiend that they killed in the house, where they have characteristics that literally make them stick out. The horns, the pincers on the first guy, stuff like that, right? Now I'm guessing that when we get more into the show and stuff like that, they'll explain kind of like what the different type of devils, fiends, blah blah, all that other stuff is. I'm sure there's a whole like system to it. As of right now, we're doing a little bit more world building, which is good. Getting stuff like this down, like, okay, this is what this is, but this is what this is what you are, stuff like that. That's great. The world building so far is okay, right? But let's talk a little bit about my dog Aki Hayakawa something. Aki. First off, I he seems like a cool character. He seems pretty cool. Immediately on the button, he was very quick to tell Denji, "Hey, bro, go ahead and quit." Now, first off brick, you could look at that and be like, okay, he's a hard ass, he's one of the dickheads, right? But as I saw it, it was more out of concern than it was out of like, I don't want a partner right now, right? Mostly because, as he explained during the first mission that they went on, is that people basically what it all boiled down to is that people die on these missions, right? People die not even on these, outside of these missions, these fiends, devils, all this other stuff, they kill people, and you need to be serious about this if you're going to do this, right? There is no, oh, I just wanted to touch some titties, dog, or oh, I thought it would be fun, right? If you're gonna do this, you gotta be about it. If you're gonna do this, you gotta be true to this, right? Which is why when he's talking to Denji the second time in the house, when they're trying to kill a fiend, he's like, my whole family was killed by devils, right? He has a motivation to do this. He is locked in to his overarching mission, right? He's locked in. There's no wavering with him. He is here to kill devils. But also what that means for in this episode is speaking on how Denji was like, well, I get a little crazy when I'm devil, I know it kind of messes me up, so I wanted to make it painless for him, right? And while that's a decent sentiment, right? That's a pretty decent sentiment, and we'll talk a little bit more about Denji's character and how he comes to that conclusion and stuff like that. But while that's a good sentiment, Aki makes a good point, is that that type of stuff clouding your judgment in the field is not going to help you. And it's not so much of a it's not going to help you, it's going to hinder other people. It's not even that like, oh, you might die, which is what the first time when he got, you know, when they were fighting in the alley, the first time that he was talking to Denji, it was more of a you will get yourself killed. But now in the house, it's more of a you might get other people killed, right? If you're not for real about this, you might just get other people killed. So don't let that cloud your judgment. And it's a good, they both have good points, right? Like, yeah, it was a person, and you kind of want to be a little, you want to be kind, I guess. You know, I get it. I get what Denji was going for there. But Aki also makes a good point, is that, well, if you fuck up because you're not in the right headspace, it might not just be you, it might be another little boy's family, right? You know, it already happened to me. I seen it firsthand. I had the front row seat to what could happen if one of these things gets a hold of people, right? So don't let that happen. And if you're going to be in this line of work, you need to be for real, right? So it makes sense, understandable, got it, right? But let's get into the meat and potatoes of the discussion here, which is Denji, right? Immediately I made the joke and we talked about it a little bit in the last episode, but I made the joke that, like, oh yeah, she had you just like a dog, right? And immediately she was like, I only respond to yes or wolf. You know, you are literally a dog to me, right? And she does treat Denji like a dog. It seems like she treats the whole the whole group or staff, whatever they are, she may treat everybody like that, right? And that might just be how she leads her pack, whatever they are, right? Her squad. I don't know how the hierarchy works in this place, but that may just be how she leads, right? But for a person like Denji, who is used to being treated like a dog in some of the most literal senses, that could be dangerous for Denji, because it's something that I didn't talk about in the last episode, which I should have, and it was on display in this episode as well, so we will, is that Denji is different in a way that he is very, how do I explain this? I want to say lonely, but lonely doesn't seem like the right word, right? Like, we've seen a lot of lonely characters, we've seen a lot of lonely people. Denji exudes somebody who is desperate of touch. And I don't mean that in the way of like, oh, he trying to fuck something, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That, not like that, right? Like, obviously he's like, yeah, I want to grip on some titties. I'm trying to grip some, you know, but and that's understandable, you know. He is a hot-blooded male, you know what I'm saying? He's with attractive redheaded woman, you know, understandable, got it. He ain't got nothing ever in his life, you know. I understand it, right? So it could easily be misconstrued as a Denji's just bricked up, right? But if we look at how Denji grew up, and we see how he's been used, abused, and all this other stuff, which I'm actually interested in seeing if they went. Once again, I'm not a manga reader. I don't read manga, but I am interested in seeing, knowing whether they went more in depth in the manga, is just how starved of touch Denji is, right? Because it could easily be misconstrued as Denji just bricked up. Denji just wants to grip on some titties, but he seems more like he wants affection. He wants physical affection. if like just with anything, right? Even when he was in his Chainsaw Man form, and you know, coming off the high of killing a fuck ton of zombies, I found it very strange that the first thing that he would say, like, first of all, it was comical, right? It was very comical, but it is strange that the first thing that he would say is hug me, right? There is, when you look at that scene and you kind of you put that scene together with everything else that that we've known about Denji since the beginning of the first episode, you can imagine that that a young man like that has gone through some shit, and is coming off going through some shit, and all by himself. Like, as cool as it all seemed, and all that other shit, something that we always lose track of in shonen, just shonen in general, is how these situations, how these fights and stuff like that affects the characters. We see the cool Sakuga moments and we're like, oh, that's so cool. But sometimes those cool Sakuga moments to us are really cool. To the characters is like, why am I going through this? Why am I going through this? Why am I going through this? I'm just trying to survive, right? So that's very traumatic. And there are a couple of shows that touch upon this, but this show specifically shows the viewer that at the end of it, Denji saying, just hug me, he's gone through hell and high water. He just had to, as easy as it was and easy as it looked, he just had to murder a bunch of zombie minions from a zombie devil, and that's after he was stabbed to death and disemboweled and dismembered. That's all that. Yeah, the first thing that I would say after having a life like that and it ending like that, and then my dog died. Like, yes, the first thing that I would say, no matter what I was going through, having that life is hug me. It makes sense, right? So yes, Denji is a very the character that's very hungry for touch. He's a character that's very hungry for affection, and we see it all through this episode. Here's where things get a little iffy, depending on how you see it. Makima seems like a cool character. She seems cool, has a great design, attractive, cool, all that other stuff. Voice actor sounds very alluring. Oh my god, you know, all the other stuff sounds great. And maybe this show is just about Chainsaw Man tearing through devils and zombies and all this other stuff and doing cool shit. Maybe the show is just about that. Fine. But let's talk about whether this is healthy. And maybe we're too early into the show to really be talking about this. And like I said, I guess in a lot of ways it's a matter of perspective. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm in the middle. It is what it is, right? But is this healthy for somebody like Denji? My knee-jerk reaction, my immediately snap decision, this is what the answer is no, it's not. Somebody like Denji, who is in a very vulnerable spot of being very I keep forgetting how to explain this. Very starved of affection, getting into not a relationship, but getting into leagues or ranks with somebody like Makima, who seems to be very good at leading people by the nose, seems to be very good. I don't want to say manipulating people, right? Because and that's only because it has a very bad, very negative connotation to it. But somebody who like Makima, who is very good at leading people by the nose, getting what she seems to be very good at getting what she needs out of people, getting people to follow her. is that a good match? Technically, no. And technically, yes. Because somebody like Denji may just want somebody to follow, and that's fine. I don't even think Denji wants to really, like, does Denji really want to be his own person, or does he just want, he just, you know, these are all questions that it may be more appropriate to ask like 7-10 episodes later, right? Depending on how long the show is, I don't know. But these are all questions that maybe we should be asking later in the show. It's just that as of this episode, meeting Makima for the first time, getting to know how she is and stuff like that, it's a good thing to be very vigilant with. That while things seem very, Denji seems happy as fuck, right? He's living the dream. He's like, dog, I'm very simple. I'm trying to touch some titties. She's very nice to me, you know. She is very beautiful to me. And you know, I'm living the life. I have a bath. I have food. You know, he's trying all different types of stuff that he ain't never tried before. Like the fact that his delicacy right now is that he got bread and he started putting some jam, like different jams and stuff on it. That is crazy to me. But that is the life that he lived before, where bread was a delicacy, not just any kind of bread, but like stale, fucked up, dried up bread. That was a delicacy to him. So at living a life like this now, this is luxury. As he said, 10 out of 10 life. He gets to chill with an attractive woman. He gets to work with an attractive woman. He has a room. He has board. He has water. He has food. Things are great. Life's good. But life could be better, and even he says, you know, he wants to strive for more. Now, granted, that was him saying, yeah, I'm trying to grip on some titties for real, right? But once again, that is a fine mix. That's a fine mix of his him being starved of affection, and also him just being a very simple man. Them titties look great. I'm trying to grab. You know, that's it. It's okay, great, understandable, very, very understandable, respectful. I get it. Yeah, great. So it's while it's cute and it's understandable why Denji enjoys being around Makima and all this other stuff. It could also be dangerous. I think that's what I'm really trying to say, is that things seem great now, but it's good to be vigilant, because this could be very dangerous. Even when they're talking and Denji's asking immediately, like, what kind of guys do you like, and all this other stuff, and Makima immediately says, I think I like guys like you, Denji, right? And that could be taken as a, yeah, she really feeling you. She fuck with you for real. Like she fuck with the kind of guy that you are and stuff. But that could also mean, from her perspective, I like guys that I can step on, nigga. and you take it, right? That's some people's thing. Great. You know, that's great. I'm not hating on it. It is what it is, dog. It is what it is. But at least in this show, it's like, yeah, bro, be careful. Be careful. This may be your happiness, but it's also dangerous. So I am very excited to see what kind of relationship we can get, or we do get out of Makima and Denji, because this is a dynamic that I haven't actually, I don't think I've seen it in anime in general, right? Or at least like seen and it's taken seriously, right? um neither uh on any side of the spectrum of the woman being very dominant and the man being the sub, or the man being dominant and the woman being sub. I've never really seen this in anime for real. At least, like I said, taking this seriously. So I am interested in seeing where exactly this would go, because this could be one of the themes of the show that could prove to be, just like I said, just really interesting, because he's lived his life as a dog. Does his life become better because he makes it his own, or does his life become better because he switched owners? I don't know. But a bit off the subject of Denji, Power, cool character. Really like Power. Mostly the design. Power's design is cool. It's very simple. I think a lot of the characters in the show, their design is really cool, very simple. But I mostly just like Power's personality. Very, very high and mighty, like I bow, you foolish mortals, stuff like that. It's a very very enjoyable character to just hear talk. I think Power is going to be one of those characters where it will be a joy in every scene that she is in, because just hearing her talk and hearing her banter with her fucking self like is going to be a blast to just enjoy, right? To listen to watch, all that stuff, right? And this is more of me just being an absolute, not, I was about to say narcissist, pessimist, because I really like Power, and every fucking time I like a character, but Power seems like the kind of character that you could kill off and make it really sad because you liked her. but regardless, she does seem like a really cool character. I just, like I said, I just enjoy just hearing characters like that talk. The characters that have like very bombastic and excited, like they seem very excited off their own hype, right? It reminds me a lot of like Gabiru from Slime, or fuck, what I was about to say, Tanya from Saga of Tanya the Evil, but I don't think that's what I'm going for. I forgot what the other example was. But people like that are just high off their own hype. They can be really annoying, or they can be really fun to watch. And Power seems to be the really fun to watch, or it seems to fall in the really fun to watch category. But I am interested in seeing how this team, this experimental team at that, and as I said during the episode, experimental always means in these types of shows, experimental means that they're just all very spirited and very different people that all work together and bounce off each other like magnets. The team seems to be really cool. Once again, Makima seems to have her dogs. But yeah, the team, the dynamic seems to be really cool. The dynamic from the team in Makima seems very what's the word? Seems like it could be very what's that show? What is that anime? Fuck. Psychopaths-ish, but more in a, I want to say, as dark as this anime is, I want to say it has more of like a lighter tone to it. For anybody that hasn't watched Psychopaths, it was more of a master and you are the dog's relationship, and I feel like this show in that way could find some similarities in that, or at least how it's handled and stuff like that. So I am interested in seeing how this, not just how the team, but how the team and Makima kind of mesh. I guess that's the word. Just see how they mesh. But this was a great episode. I really enjoyed seeing everybody finally introduced to the entire team. Everything seems to be pretty cool. Makima seems cool, even though she also seems a little off. Aki's really cool. Of course, Denji, that's my dog. He got the dog in him. And Power, especially. Power seems to like she's gonna be the light of this show. So really enjoyed this episode. Really enjoy the team. I think this is going to be a very good watch. You know, this show so far has been a very good watch for just, you know, nothing too serious is going on, or nothing too serious has been like brought up. But it has been entertaining. That's really what I need out of the show, and it's been giving, as they say. So with all that being said, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. You're just a lurker. I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Chainsaw Man or something totally different, the best place in that in is always my social media. Link's gonna be in the description below. And if you want these episodes, I was about to say early, if you want the full length reaction to these episodes, you can subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be in the description below for that as well. And we have a Discord if you want to join that. Updates and stuff, I think I kind of use the Discord for that mostly, but there's also other stuff. There's, you know, people talk about anime and stuff like that. So with all that being said, let me get my off button ready. There it is. There. Okay. And you all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.